Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of Wordle with Art. We're going to do number 593 for, let's see. Ooh, I'm losing track of time. It's already Thursday, February 2nd. Yeah, I'm in a little bit of a daze because I'm still recouping from, it ended up being pretty much 3 consecutive all-nighters to get that video all set. And fortunately, I got a little bit of rest last night, so I'm feeling a little bit better. But, yeah, losing track of time. We are well on our way into our February Wordle Championship, and it's going to be super fun. And can you believe it? Man, I couldn't believe we have at least 20 new folks joining in, and I'm assuming that the majority of the original 50 are going to stick with it. So I think we are going to have around somewhere between 70 and 80 people, which is awesome. So yeah, we're looking at a pretty good increase in the size of the race. So also, guys, thank you so much for just copying that simple little 3-line statement in the description. A few of the folks from the original 50 from the January tournament still have not done it. Guys, I trust you with pretty much close to like 1 billion%. But just so that we're all in it together, right? Just to make it all completely equal. If you wouldn't mind to please, for today, it would certainly not be too late. Just go into the description. I'll put it in again. Copy those 3 lines saying that you read the rules, you're going to adhere to them. Just initial it, put the date, and you're good to go. There's nothing more to worry about, okay? And I should also mention a couple other questions came up about like what's considered proper play. I mean, everything in the description is pretty much clear. The amount of time somebody asked, please, guys, if you do it in 5 seconds, like some of you do, go check out Burnt's channel. The guy is super fast. Or if you need a good 20 minutes, like Slowpoke Art, it doesn't matter, right? The time is not the factor. This is not one of those Wordle speed challenges where you're just busting out like the same 3 or 4 word sequence and then just manipulating those letters to anagram them. No, you want to be as strategic as possible. I know myself, you see me slug it out on 20, even 30-minute videos. You need the time sometimes. So do not worry about the time. One other folk. Okay, that doesn't really make sense. One other person asked if it would be okay to have a little piece of paper or notebook next to him just so he could kind of write down different like letter sequences. Absolutely. That's perfectly fine, right? That's like, tantamount to solving a math problem with pencil and paper, which, you almost always have to do especially if it's a complicated one. So I just want to get that out of the way. Now, look, here we go, guys. We're in full tournament mode. So what am I going to pick? None other than SLATE. And, okay, this is honestly a very scary outcome. I do not like S's lighting up because there's just a plethora of words beginning with S, nearly 300 of them. So it almost certainly spells trap territory. Having said that, I mean, I do know exactly what it goes with, and it's an extremely powerful word. We're going to go with scion. All right. And it gets me the I. So we're making some progress. And we have eliminated a ton of quality letters. And if you don't mind, Guy, I'm also just still trying to keep myself awake with a little bit of coffee. For those of you who are in the New England area or, the East Coast, we have Dunkin' Donuts. It's a very popular coffee and donut chain, and it's absolutely delicious. So allow me to take a quick swill so I can stay energized during today's video. Delicious. Okay. That would have been funny. I could have put swill, but we lost the L. Okay. So what are we going to put? I think we're going to approach this by looking at that second letter. There shouldn't hopefully be too many options that will connect with that I. Of course, it could be, let's see, we'll start at the top layer of the keyboard, shall we? So we could have SWI. So it's not swill, it's not swine, it's not swipe, it's not swift, and yeah, I don't know if we're going to need to worry about an SW. Wouldn't be R, wouldn't be Y. Ooh, how about SU? So it's not sweet. It's not, Swiss? No, that would be SW. It's not sushi because we have the I third. That would be a good one, though. I'm sure that's got to be in the list. Yeah, so I don't see that working. Therefore, let's move on to P. P could be a good one. It could be... Actually, not too much. I mean, spike, spill, but I don't see anything else. So now we wouldn't do D, we wouldn't do F, we wouldn't do G, we would do H. It's not shirt. It's not shift. It's not shiny. So I'm not too convinced about that. You do see, guys, why, having that S in front is not necessarily ideal. So many combinations, but unless I'm doing a terrible job, I do think I'm getting rid of them pretty well. Skiff. A skiff. Now, that's a good one. Holy smokes. A skiff, I believe, is just like a small boat. So that would work. That would work. So I am going to, so far that's the first one that I'm going to seriously consider, but I don't see anything else with the SKI. Let me just double check. Skier? No. Yeah, so I don't think we have anything else except skiff. Okay, bottom layer. Ooh, we have an M. We have an M. Because it's not going to be SZ, SX, SV, SB, or SM. So let's try SM. It's not smite. It's not smith, because that T is gone. That's why slate is such a powerful starter word. It eliminates probably literally thousands of possibilities. Yeah. Okay. Look, I could have easily overlooked one, right? But there's no point in going back over and over again when we have a completely legitimate word with skiff, right, guys? And if I don't get it, I don't get it. It's too early in the competition to get too fired up and to start swearing like I did previously. No, let's just be calm about it. If I didn't get it, I didn't get it, and we'll just move on. It's not skiff. Okay. So, so I guess I overlooked spiky. That's too bad. Well, I would have probably... I don't know what I would have gone with first if I had seen spiky before. But that certainly would be... yeah. Yeah, spiky would probably be good. It's not spiky. Oh my gosh, this is a disaster. So now we're going to have to go with... even though I think these are completely reasonable guesses. Darn it. Well, there goes... there goes a decent standing for me. Thank goodness it's early in the race. Darn it, though. I don't want to start off early with a 5. That's just a disaster. Because it's actually... it's funny, guys. It's... you have to be very careful in the early stages, because if you lose too much ground early on, it's going to be almost impossible to stay up with the top leaderboard. And by the way... because we now are going to have 70 to 80 people, I think being in the top 10 is going to be even more impressive, right? It's going to be incredibly impressive to be in the top 10. All right, now, God darn it, I can't get a 6 today. I don't think this is a fail episode. I certainly don't think that. I mean, come on, this is really annoying me, and it took too long to get to a 5. So it's obviously going to be, can't even spell. It's going to look like that. Oh, is it smirk? God darn it, it's smirk. It's not smirk. It's not smirk. It's not smirk. Oh my God, what the heck is going on here? It's shirk. It's shirk. Oh my goodness gracious me, it's shirk. Nab it. I'm not gonna do the F bomb. I'm not gonna do it, but oh man, I think that may have that's gonna completely shatter any hopes of me getting into the top 10 because just think, guys, like that 6 is a huge layer beneath everybody, and it's just gonna require consistent 3 after 3 after 3 after 3 after 3, which is very hard to do in order to get back up. Well, that was an unmitigated disaster. Oh, shoot. See, I told you guys, when you have that S lit up, do not feel good. It's actually the worst thing imaginable. I would rather it have been maybe, I don't know, just a yellow E or something because it just too many possibilities with that S. Well, that was terrible. So here's the deal. I mean, Slate and Scion, I think that was as close to perfect as possible. Squirtle definitely would tell you to do that. Where I went wrong, I think, was just I overlooked too many possibilities. I overlooked too many possibilities and didn't think about the K at the end. I don't know where I went wrong. Maybe, guys, you could give me some help in the comments and just say, "Hey, Art, this is where you screwed up." Darn it. I mean, of course, I could have done, a test word. I guess I was just so confident that I could have gotten it in 3, and then what happens is you just lose sight of the fact that there are so many other possibilities. Oh, that's very unfortunate. Oh well, don't worry, guys. I'm not too upset. This tournament is really about you guys. I just enjoy being the host, but participating at the same time. But I do want to make at least a decent showing, right? I mean, that was embarrassing. Holy cow, shirk, and that's such a straightforward work. One should not shirk his duties. I mean, come on, Art. Ah, yeah. Oh well, what can I say? I don't really want to think about it too much longer, but I know that that was very suboptimal guessing on my part. All right, let's go to Squirtle. It's a good reference point, right? And I want to try to keep the videos shorter. Incidentally, we will do weekly reviews of people's results, okay, for a couple of reasons. First, it just takes too darn long to include them in every video, and I think after a while it's going to be a little bit boring because sometimes the standings barely change. So we're going to do it once a week. So basically, we'll do it like, on probably the 8th. Does that sound good, guys? So I think that will be on Monday. So we'll do it on the 8th. And yeah, we'll see our first quarter of the month, right? We'll do a quarterly review, which I think will be really cool. And it'll just give you guys something even more to look forward to. The other reason we got to do it like that is that it just takes too long for me if I do it in every video, because going through those results, especially if we're going to have 80 players, and I do like to announce everybody's name, I don't want to leave anybody out, that takes a good 10 to 15 minutes. And that's just like 10 to 15 minutes multiplied by 7 across the week that, that's precious time that I need, because just doing the videos and updating the spreadsheet in itself is a lot of work. So yeah, so I think that'll make it more exciting. And now let's just finish this off, because this was a really terrible solve for me today. Oh my goodness. All right, so of course it's one Scion. Oh god darn you, Squirtle, and you can see it wants to go straight to shirk. Well, I'll just put in the rest of my guesses and see where I could have done better. But shirk makes perfect sense because you're exploring 3 new letters, and there's really at this point no need to like double up on anything, especially idiotic skiff. God darn it. And then after, oh my goodness, this was terrible. And then I did spiky, and then after that, it's just telling me shirk. And then I did smirk. Oh my gosh. And then I did shirk. Wow. What a crap show. I mean, that was ridiculous. Yeah. I just was a little sloppy when I went across each layer of the keyboard. I just missed so many good ones. But yeah, it's just obvious that I guess smirk would have also been so basically I should have held it to maybe a 4. Because if you do something like smirk, which would have been a decent 50-50, then that if the K would have lit up, then that would have ruled out skiff, and it would have ruled out spiky. Yes, I just wasn't thinking properly. Maybe that's where it does pay to have like a little notebook at your side so that you can kind of write everything down and not just kind of store it in your memory. But I'm not going to, just do that during the video. I think it'll look a little cheesy if I have a little notebook next to me. Well, there you have it, guys. I'm extremely upset, but what can you do? I so much enjoy the participation level in this game. It is off the charts. I mean, I have so many new folks joining in. It's extremely exciting. So my anger is always tempered by my enthusiasm and my excitement to see all these new players. It's going to be just amazing. I mean, it's really turning into like a marathon. It's really cool. Many new participants coming in. And by the way, if you're just watching this video and you just are kind of curious and tempted to join in and get those competitive juices flowing, by all means do so. I'll probably have a cutoff date at about February 7th, because then by that time, the spreadsheet is already developing, and it's too hard to kind of like now track down like all those results and put them in. It's just, yeah, it just gets a little bit more work to do. So yeah, I think let's take anybody who would like to join up until the 7th. And again, if you were one of those folks from the previous 50 for the January tournament, and definitely want to keep going, I would love to have you. But please, if you haven't done so, just copy the statement in the description in today's video with your initials and the date, and you will be good to go. And of course, I will look forward to seeing you, hopefully with a much better result than this ridiculous 6, tomorrow on tomorrow's edition of Wordle with Art.